right, so here's a question. How do we do this, okay? How do we answer the question? So we know that from the handbook, we know that we are answering question number 10, 14, and 15. Okay, so from the handbook, we know this 10, 14, and 15. So we go to this file, which is the file is called question bank file 1 to 6. Okay, we identify question numbers 10, 14, and 15. Okay, and one by one we'll answer it. Okay, so I'm just showing the process for question number 14, and you can figure out the same process for question 15 and 10 and 15. So what are you going to do? You are going to go here as an example, let's say, as a demo, okay? Let's put a new, so you go here, okay? You have your own file, you have your own login, okay? Do the single degree programs have, the single degree students, do they have Ulster IDs? I think they should have Ulster. Some of them will have, because it's only that initially some of them are all on the on the Ulster program, dual degree. But later on, if they fail the English test, then they go into single degree.
Yeah.
So that means they must have started with Ulster IDs, right? So everyone has. If you don't have, you can create a free Microsoft ID in China. It's very easy. Okay. If you create one, you will get this. Okay. Otherwise, if it's so difficult, just find a way to do. There are many things. I don't know if Open Office is available in China. Let's test it. Okay, this is a free. Kind of alternative to Microsoft. Instead of using a pirated version of Microsoft Office, you can use that. See here, there you got Apache Open Office. I need help with my Open Office. No. Okay. So here, if you see this, let me put this also in the link, okay? That you can actually download Apache Open Office. It's a new name now, Apache Open Office. Okay, this is the whole thing is a total free offline version. This is the offline version of Office productivity software. Okay, full everything is there. Okay, so you can download this. So I'll put this link into your notes. I'll remember to put this link into your notes. So anyway, so what are we going to do? Okay, so in the worst case, if you don't have anything else, you do this. Okay, now let me go here and let me do a demo. Okay, so you go here, you create this Excel workbook. Okay, here you create this Excel workbook. So you choose an Excel workbook, and then in one workbook you should have the 3 presentations. Okay, so first sheet you name it question number 10. You name it question number 10. Okay, then the second sheet you name it as, add a sheet and name it as question number 14. Okay, and the third sheet you name it as question number 15. Okay, question 15, right? Then you name it like this. Okay, now let's say we are answering question number 14. And let's say the answer looks something like this, okay? I'm just giving a random example because we don't have time to write the whole thing, right? So you will take all the information and whatever it is over here, this kind of all your calculations for question number 14. Or we can actually do something which is, we can change it out a little bit. So let me call this the assignment 1, we call this assignment 1 demo, okay? Assignment 1 demo sheet, which is in your folder, okay? As a root folder, in the root folder, okay? You'll find this here in the root folder, assignment 1 demo. Why is it not refreshing? Okay, it will refresh. So assignment 1 demo, what do we have in question 14? Now I have to copy it again because no, we have it in our thing here. Okay, so let's paste this. Okay, now it's not working. I have to copy it again. So let's say I have to copy this again, and let's see here. Okay, here, what happened? It's not coming. Okay, let me just take this and put it in here. Okay, let me just copy the sheet. It's not coming for some reason. Copy it and paste it here. And let me call this question 14, and then I'll just say if we rename it as question 14, and then let's say 14 N, and then we will delete this question 14, and then we will delete this sheet, and and then I'll rename this as question 14. Okay. So, yeah, so we are showing you now here this. Okay, so this obviously has to be question 14, right? So this has to be changed to question 14, right? And the question 14 is a case of who? Tanya. Okay, so you write Tanya. You can just write her name. Okay, like this. It has to be done. Now, all this stuff, rent from both are taxable as a single property business. That's fine. In this case, what you see, commercial basis rental. Okay, so you have to arrange it like this. Okay, so let's say now we will just, yeah, you can write the statement. Okay, all this stuff you can write. Rent receipts. Okay, what you can write here is allowable deductions. You can do it this way. As an example here, you can do it this way as, maybe we need the last line. We can have some of these things. We can clear the contents here. Okay, so here you have property 1. Okay, so you have 3 properties, right? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you can write it like this here. P1 is property 1. Okay, then P2 is property 2, and then this should be P2, and this is, say, P3 is property 3. Okay, so here you get property. What is the receipt amount? In P1, how much did they get? 8,000. Okay, so you have to write 8,000 here. Okay, 8. Then here you have to write, you can have this, I put it in rows. You can also put it in columns. You can have P1, P2, 3 as columns, right? And then deduction, and then you have to show here, if you do it in rows, then you have to show the profit or loss. Okay, profit and loss. You can show the P&L account. Okay, profit and loss. Okay, so that in this case, what happens is 8,000 minus 5.5, right? So it's 5.5, and then you have to increase the thing here, and then you show this as equal to this minus this. Okay, right. Is this clear? Yeah. Now, similarly, you repeat for other properties. But obviously, remember the rule on non-commercial that I told you about. Yes. Okay? So everything is pooled. Okay? So you pooled. Okay? So then you pool whatever number you get, pool it together, you get some number. Okay? Yeah. And what is the question?
Paste the similar question as the homework into our homework sheet.
You don't have to do what I did here. I was just doing it to save time.
Yeah.
Actually, you should write from scratch. Okay, you don't have to take a similar question from the homework sheet and put it here. I don't think it's very, may not help you much. Do you understand?
So we write it by
What is your question? I didn't understand your question.
Like you just paste the question number 13 because it's similar as question number 14, so you paste it.
Yeah. That's why. But actually, you should just write from scratch. You should write from the beginning.
Yeah,
okay?
We can't paste it. We just...
you can still paste it, but as long as the final output is what it should be.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So if the final output is the income of Lily, then you should not copy from income of Eiley, and then in the answer also you leave it as income of Eiley. That's not okay.
Yes.
Okay, you can take the format from income of Eiley, and then, but your final answer should be income of Lily, because that is the question. Right?
Okay.
The final answer should reflect the question. If you want to do it like that by copying from the format to save some time, that you can do. Yeah. No problem. But your final answer has to reflect the question.
Okay, and different question has different format, right?
But basic format, remember here, the word pro forma, you have to follow the pro forma, okay? You have to follow the pro forma here. Remember, so the pro forma that is given, which I have kept here, okay? So the original pro forma file is given here, so you need to watch that. Okay, I have just given a special example for SI only, which I discussed with you. Remember?
Yes.
Okay, so you have to follow the pro forma. So in response to your question, different questions have different formats. Yes, to some extent. When you're only dealing with property income, this is a slightly different format. But this basic format has to be followed, NSI. Okay, because property income goes under NSI.
Yeah.
Okay? This is clear?
Yes.
Okay, so now you'll have 3 slides. You will have 3 sheets. You will have 3 sheets in your in the assignment file, submission file. There will be 3 sheets inside an online workbook. This is called an online workbook. A workbook has multiple sheets. and each sheet deals with the answer to one question.
Yeah.
And in formatting this answer, you can follow the general guidance given over here in all these questions, which can be mapped to the question bank questions. You see how you read the questions and the other questions, and then you see how that question has been answered, like question 12, Simon.
Yes.
Question 12, Simon is answered. How has it been answered? Here, like this.
Yes.
So you try to copy the format broadly from here
Yeah.
when it is applicable.
And
Okay.
in the submission, we only need 3 sheets, right? One.
Yeah,
One
in the
refer to one
submission,
question.
yeah, each question 10, 15, and 14, you can submit your workings.
Yeah.
This is clear?
Yes, it's
And
clear.
answer the file, 1 minute. So here you can have your file name should be, okay, now instead of having assignment, this is actually assignment 1 demo, but actually the file name should be, I'm just going to show you here, the file name should be in the case that assignment 1 can be A1, okay? Assignment 1 can be A1, and you should write your, don't write Bella,
Yeah,
but
okay.
write your Chinese name.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Here, whatever you say, in the case, if it's Lily, then she has to write like this. So the name of the file should be A1, then your
Yeah, I
Chinese
got
name.
it.
Is this clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay? So that's how the submission should be, in one workbook with 3 worksheets,
Yeah.
each for the question. And this formatting will reflect what has been shown to you here as examples over these. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, now has it answered your
I
question?
want to ask about the BRT serial code. It's unique or it's for everyone? Every slide it have one BRT serial code.
For every?
It's like this slab have a BRT serial code of 0 and HRT serial code of this number. And for the upper slide, is it a different bracket serial code?
Yeah. Because what is a threshold? I explained to you what is a threshold. Okay, you can. If I'm standing just outside that green, that brown block over there, that means I'm on the threshold of the class.
Yeah.
Okay, that means one more step and I will be inside the class.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the meaning of threshold. Just before you get into the category, right?
Yes.
So that's why the BRT threshold is here.
So
Okay.
we have multiple
1 minute.
BRT.
Let's see here. If you go back to 1, your BRT threshold is 0. That's
Yeah.
why I gave the BRT threshold is 0, because as soon as your income is over 0, you are in the BRT slab.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And for the upper slide.
And for the ART threshold is actually 125,
Oh.
125.14.
is BRT threshold.
ART threshold. ART threshold is 125.14. As soon as you have income over 125.14, you go into 45% tax.
Yeah, and for the middle slide, which one is the BRT threshold?
No, middle one is not called BRT. Middle one is called HRT.
Yeah, it's.
You need to be familiar with these terms. BRT is basic rate tax, 20%. Okay? And this one for dividend income. BRT is basic rate tax. This is higher rate tax. This is additional rate tax.
Yeah,
Okay?
and in the first slide, 0 is basic BRT.
This is if you are looking at thresholds, the threshold for basic rate tax is 0.
Yeah,
The threshold for HRT slab is 37.7.
sorry, can you repeat that again?
The threshold for basic rate tax slab is 0.
Yeah,
Because as soon as you go over, what is the meaning of threshold? As soon as you go over, you are in that category.
yeah.
Okay?
It's the lower limit.
Yes.
Over
You can,
average
yeah, you can
slab.
think of threshold as lower limit.
Okay.
Okay? Now that's why the ART slab threshold is 125.14.
Oh,
The
I
moment you
get
go over 125.14, you go into 45% for
Yeah.
NSI and SI.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And okay, now I wrote it the wrong way, you see? You see now, good question that you asked. You see how I've written it? Actually, it's the other way around. It should not be 875. It should be actually, 1 minute. This good thing I realized it. See, the 875 is here, actually. This one is over here, that's fine. And this 3935 is over here. You see that? I made a mistake. You understand that?
Yeah, I'm
This one actually should be 1 minute here. The rate is 875. So this 875 needs to come here. See, I wrote it the wrong way. Now you see it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
The basic rate tax slab is for NSI and SI is 20%. but for DI it's 875, okay?
Yeah.
And then for the HRT slab, higher rate tax, remember these names, basic rate tax, higher rate tax, additional rate tax,
Oh,
okay? So that's second one is 33.75, and additional rate tax for dividend is 39.35.
Yes, T stands for tax.
T stands for tax.
But why we need to have a tax in this
You
slide?
don't need this tax. You have
Oh.
written it yourself.
Oh,
BRT means
remember-
basic rate tax.
I remember you write in your Excel, you write BRT T and UL.
That's because at that time I had written it as BRT threshold.
BRT.
I had written, see, if you see here now, I've corrected the language. Yeah, see?
Yes.
Now
we
I've
have
written
a
it, yeah,
size
see, I've
S.
changed the writing, okay? It is now the BRT slab. The BRT stands for basic rate tax,
Oh.
S stands for slab,
Oh,
and upper limit is 37.7.
okay.
Because above this, you go into the higher rate tax.
Yes.
Is this clear? I changed the
Yes.
language.
Yes,
So
clear.
you are referring to what I had written earlier, but you're correct. I did write it differently earlier,
Okay.
which is not strictly correct, so I changed it.
Yeah.
Is this
okay.
clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, all clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, very good,
Thank you
good.
very much.
Since we are recording, let's deal with whose question also. Yes,
Okay.
what is your question?
Yeah, the
Let's,
first
all
question
questions should be recorded,
is
yeah.
still about the dividend of the percentage. I don't know how to calculate it.
Okay, 1 minute.
Like the
So it's a good thing Bella asked this question, because in
Yeah.
trying to explain to her, I realized that I'd written the dividends wrongly. Because it's meant to show you that the slabs are the same. So the lowest rate of tax applies to the first slab, second rate of tax
Yeah.
applies to the second slab, and the highest rate of tax applies to the last slab, the topmost slab.
and
And so the tax rates for dividend will be, if its income is between zero, let's say the guy has only dividend income, okay?
Okay.
If he has 0 to 37.7 of dividend income, that'll be 875. These rates are given in your tax tables, okay?
Oh.
The rates are given in your tax table, see? Here, this slab, 20%, this slab, 40%, this slab, 45.
they're just fixed figure.
Yeah, no, these are the slabs.
I mean
Dividend, yeah. Dividend also, actually, you can mentally take this picture, mentally take these three slabs and post it here.
Okay.
You can
okay.
mentally paste it over here, so that it means that 0 to 37.7, 875,
Oh.
and this one is 3375, and this one is 3935,
Okay.
which is what I've done here. But earlier I had done it the wrong way. I had done it upside down, because the lowest rate of tax should be this one, okay?
Yeah.
So this is what it means, right? So is this clear now?
Yeah, it's clear.
You have the same three slabs,
yeah.
but for NSI, SI, the rates
It's
are
just
different.
sources. One
And
is
yeah, this is
income and-
NSI, SI rates are this, but DI rates are this.
Okay. And
The slabs are the same.
I have another question about
Yeah, yeah.
how can we calculate this?
Or you can just make me, you can just ask me to go to the sheet. It's better I go to the sheet,
pro
right?
forma?
You are
Pro forma?
talking about the pro forma, right? Let's talk about the pro forma, not the pro forma, you're actually talking about this one.
Yeah.
This
one.
example that I did, okay?
That's
Yeah,
how
one
can we get
minute,
a-
one minute. Just hold on one sec. Let me make this big, okay? Yeah.
just the TI amount remaining? How can we get the number of
Here,
five?
TI amount remaining.
Yeah.
How will you get it?
Yeah.
You take the total taxable income that you
Uh-huh.
start with,
Yeah.
okay, and how much has been assessed for taxation at this stage.
You got it.
When you're applying the starting rate of taxation, that is for 5K. Remember the slide number 33?
No, not really.
One sec. Okay. All right, okay, let's go to slide 33. Here. What is slide 33 showing you? Slide 33 is showing you that the rule on starting rate of taxation, right?
Yeah.
The slide 33 is telling you that the first 5,000 of, if the first 5,000, if there's savings income that falls within the first 5,000 of taxable income.
So for the
When-
5,000 is 0.
Yes, the starter rate for that's the example I spent so much time. This whole example actually is cooked up just to illustrate that rule. Well, also to illustrate gift aid and everything else. But the main reason I started this example is to show you this. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have spent so much time on it, because This is not a very, I mean, it doesn't come usually as a question, but it's there as a rule, so we should know about it. How to apply the starting rate of income, starting rate of tax on savings income when there is no NSI. When there is no NSI and there is 5,000 of savings income, the first 5,000 of savings income, because that's all there is in taxable income, okay? That gets taxed at first 5,000 is getting taxed at 0%. Is this clear now?
So it will only happen when NSI is 0. It
That's
won't
right,
happen
that's
when,
right, that's right. Because you can have dividend income also in this case. You will still get these benefits because dividend income is taxed later, right? First we tax the NSI, then we tax the SI, and then we tax the DI.
Oh,
Is this clear?
yeah.
Yeah?
So,
Is this clear now? Now you see
Yeah.
why you start with 10.43 of taxable income, and then you get the starting rate. That's why I've given the reference here. Topic 1, slide 33. Here, see this?
okay, I see.
So once you see the topic 1, slide 33, you can see that the rule that is being applied is this one. Okay?
So it's like another range of if our NSI is 0, then we
That's right, that's right. Another rule that kicks in, if you have SI but no NSI, then you will kick in this rule, okay? Assuming you have, like this is, that's why I took an example where you will get a decent amount of SI still left over, even after deduction of the PA,
Okay.
okay? So that's why I chose an income level of 23, because that means even after deducting PA, I can get some taxable income to show you how this person is getting the benefit of 6,000 of income getting taxed at 0%.
Yeah, but and what about the 4.43?
Yeah, how do you get 4.43? So first you see what is happening here.
Yeah.
What is happening here? We are tax liability, calculating the tax liability. So this is a case where
NSI?
the
0.
SI for savings income falls within the first 5,000 of taxable income, right?
Okay.
So out of the 10.43, the 5,000 falls under the rule given in slide 33,
Yeah.
right? So that's why we apply the starting rate of 0%. So the tax liability here is 0% into 5K,
Yeah.
okay? So that's your 0, all right?
Yeah.
Now, but also remember the rule on slide 34, that is, the rule on 34 that PSA is not used against savings income which falls within the first 5,000 of taxable income and benefits from the starting rate for savings. To make these two things clear, I cooked up this example. Okay, so which means that when you have a situation like this, you will get an additional 1,000 of income because your PSA is 1,000, right? That comes from the other calculation that you have to look at your TI. Yeah, you in this case, what is your TI? Your TI is 10.43.
Yes.
Okay, because your TI is 10.43 and it is below 37.7, okay,
Okay.
then your PSA is 1,000, right?
Yeah.
So your PSA is 1,000. So you have a PSA of 1,000 which you can get the benefit of. I have referred to the slide once again, okay?
Okay.
Then you can see 1,000 of PSA, you're getting the benefit of, which is, we can write this equal to as, we can also write this as PSA equals 1,000. Is this clear?
Yeah.
So that means here again you get another, because the PSA gives you 0% tax, income within the allowance is taxed at 0%. So now the tax liability on this additional chunk of 1,000. So first you get a small chunk of 5,000
Yeah.
on which you get the starting rate of 0%.
Okay.
And then you get another chunk of 1,000 on which you get the benefit of 0% because it's the personal allowance. It's the personal savings allowance,
Yeah.
PSA,
Yeah.
right? So that's also 0, right? Now we can give your answer to this, give the answer to your question. This column is showing you the taxable amount remaining, okay? The cumulative amount so far charged to tax is 6,
Yeah.
okay, 5 plus 1. And therefore, because the 10.43 is the taxable income you started with, and you have already charged 6K to tax. So how much remains? 4.43.
And it falls in the basic rate of.
That's why you have this last line now you see. How did I get the 0.886?
Yeah.
The 0.886 is the taxable amount remaining to be taxed, which has to be taxed at 20%. So that's why I put 0.2 into, I refer to this cell,
Okay.
okay? Because that's how we will actually do it.
I get it. I get it.
Okay, got it?
Got it.
Okay?
Thank you.
In
All right,
this
okay, all
question,
clear.
we
Yes,
have
Bella?
saving incomes for within the first 5,000.
1 minute, I can't hear what you're saying.
Like in this question, we have saving incomes falls within the first 5,000, right?
What is
This sentence, because we have a PA of 5,000 in this question.
Yeah, but that, yeah, so it's referring to the case that we used this 5,000. But the
Yes.
point of this is that, the point of this last line is, that's why I referred to this, see? Topic 1, slide 34.
Yeah.
I've referred to it, why? Because it means I'm trying to explain this rule by giving this example. That if you have a situation where there is 5,000 of savings income falling within the first 5,000 of taxable income,
Yeah.
in that case, you don't use up your PSA in that 5,000. The PSA will be over and above the 5,000. You understand over and above?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand.
No, that's not.
So if the saving income is more than 5,000, then we have this 1,000.
Yeah, that's right. If the savings income was only 5,000, then you could not get the PSA benefit, because that means all your income is already over.
So they can coexistence as long as they can coexistence. They
can call this?
coexistence. They can
One sec, guys, just one sec. I can't hear what she's saying. Just wait one sec.
they can happen together.
Yes, we are combining them together. So the point of the last line on slide 34 is that the PSA is not used, okay? That means when you have a situation where savings income falls within the first 5,000 of TI,
Yeah.
then in that situation, you don't include the PSA as part of this 5,000. The PSA is over and above. You get the 5,000 plus you get the PSA.
Yeah.
Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay.
And if the income is 5,001, we still have this.
Yeah, you still have the PSA,
Ah,
okay?
okay, I get
It's
it.
like McDonald's 1+1, burger plus ice cream. You got the burger and then you got the ice cream also,
Okay, I got it.
okay?
Yeah, and about the interest rate regarding saving income, we only charge one types of percentage, or we have combined of percentage regarding different income range.
Yeah, it depends on the different income range. See, if you look at this example, it depends on which range you're in. That's why we have to always keep track of the cumulative amount of income subjected to taxation.
So
Okay.
total.
You have, like, if you go back to my earlier example, this example which I was giving earlier, which I started in the last week, right? I started in the last week.
Yeah.
So let's take the example of NSI, but you're talking about SI, but let's take the example of NSI. So how did we take, the same rule applies to SI also, right? So in this case, this guy's NSI is 45, okay?
Yeah.
The taxable income in the category of NSI is 45. Now 45 is going through the first slab here. Here's your first slab. So if we make it like 11, okay, here. So this guy's taxable income under the category of NSI is 45.
Yes.
45 means he has already broken through into the second slab,
Yeah.
right?
So,
He has gone over
so
37.7.
the tax interest.
Tax is how much going to be like this, see?
Yes.
First
they are-
20%, for the first 37.7, you apply 20%.
Yeah.
But for the balance of that, so he has 45 of NSI, so we're only calculating tax liability on NSI at this stage, in this line,
Yes.
okay?
So
So, but then we have to see how much is left of the NSI, 45 minus 37.7, on that amount he has to pay 40%, right?
Yeah.
So it's a blended rate. In answer to your question, it's a blended rate because it depends on where your taxable income has taken you in these bands.
Yes.
Are you in the first band, second band, third band?
Yeah.
Depending on that, your rate will be applied.
Yes. So in NSI, we divide the income into two brackets.
Two slabs.
Yeah, into two.
The income is
slabs.
falling in two slabs.
Yes, and for SI, we only apply for one rate, or it also
No. If you have, let's say, you have like $25 million of savings income, then if you have like $25 million of savings income and you have no other income,
Yeah.
okay, So then the first 37.7K of savings income will be taxed at 20%.
Yeah.
The second, now the excess of 25 million over 37.7 up to 125.14 will be taxed at 40%.
It's for NSI or SI?
Hmm?
It's for NSI or
No. Here, what have I written here? NSI, SI.
it's both.
Both.
So the,
Only dividend income has a different rate.
yeah, so both NSI and SI should have two brackets of rate.
Not always, depends on how much of that income you have. If you have only 36K,
Yeah.
let's say if you have only 36K of SI or only 36K of NSI and no other type of income. If your taxable income is only 36K, that means you're not even going beyond the first band.
Yeah, so if going beyond the first band, we will have two.
Then if you, like this one, like here example of NSI of 45, why did we have two different rates? Because he went through the first band.
Yeah.
So if you don't go through, it all depends on the level of taxable income.
Yes, so if
Is this clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah.
If it's go beyond the first band, then we should have two brackets.
Yeah. And if it goes into beyond the second band also, then you will have three rates of tax.
Yeah, it also works for SI, saving income.
Yeah, NSI, SI, it works for
Ah.
DI also.
Ah.
It works for DI also. So suppose this guy had only dividend income.
Yeah.
If the person has only dividend income, let's say he has like 200,000 of dividend income.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he has no other income, okay, he has only 200,000 of dividend income.
Yes.
Okay, what will happen? So for the first 37.7, actually 37.2, because he has a 500 dividend allowance, so
Yeah.
0.5K.
Yeah.
0.5K of dividend allowance is there.
Yes.
So on the first 0.5K of dividend income, he will pay zero tax.
Yeah.
Okay. Then on 37.7 minus 0.5K, he will pay 8.75.
Yeah.
Then on the excess, then he moves into the second slab. Then on the balance of that up to 125, he will pay this rate.
Yes.
Now the balance, because we said he has 200,000 of dividend income.
Yes.
Okay, so he's already gone through into the third slab.
Yeah.
Then on the excess of 200,000 over 125,
Yeah.
he will pay 39.35%.
Yes.
Is this clear?
Yes.
So
it's
here's a
clear.
case where you're paying three different rates of tax on the same type of income. So it all depends on the amount of taxable income that you have.
Yes.
That moves you through the slabs. Okay?
Okay. Yes. I got it.
And even if you have dividend, let's say your dividend income is only 5,000,
Yeah.
okay? But between SI and NSI, you are already have 150,000, okay? Let's say between NSI and SI, you already have 150,000, okay? Now, because we are taxing the NSI first and the SI first and the dividend last, okay? So by the time you get to taxing the dividend, because you have NSI and SI of 150,000, okay, you have already moved into the last band.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So even if you have whatever number I gave, 5,000 of dividend income or something like that, okay, that even that 5,000 of dividend income will be taxed at the highest rate of 39.35%.
Yes.
Is
so
this clear?
That's the reason why we need to write cumulative number.
Yes, that's now you understand
Yeah.
why we are keeping track of this cumulative figure,
Yeah.
because we need to know which band we are in.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
Is this clear now?
Yes, it's clear.
So whether or not, so strictly speaking, it's not even on the level of, on the amount of that type of income.
Yeah.
It's a question of when you get to tax that kind of income, because dividend income will be taxed last.
Yeah.
By the time you get to taxing that kind of income, it's a question of which band are you in,
Yes.
okay? Depending on that, you will either apply two different rates and the level of income of that type that you have. You will apply two different rates, or you'll apply one rate, etc. It all depends on which band you're in.
Okay, if it like the dividend income has reached the last band, which is 125.114, so we need only use the last bench rate.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay, I
Yeah.
got it.
Because this band movement, the moving through the band, The moving through the band is a function of your total income being assessed for taxation.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we start with NSI, and that's why we have to keep that cumulative total in mind.
Yes.
We have to keep this cumulative total in mind because this is the cumulative amount of income that has been taxed. Okay?
Yes.
So that affects the movement through the band.
Yeah.
Okay? And depending on which band you are in, that amount of dividend income or NSI, SI will get taxed at these rates. Is this
Yes.
clear?
Okay.
Okay.
I got it. Thank you
All
very
clear?
much.
Okay, good. Very good. Good questions. So lots of good questions that gives us an opportunity to. I'm so glad I recorded this.